in the country to see friends, attend barbecues the relatives spent all day preparing, enjoy Sunday dinners after church services. I was extremely happy, Vonlee recalled. But then something happened. Aunt Billie Jean shows up. Vonlee was actually working when Billie Jean walked into the restaurant, sat down, and called her over. Vonlee hadn't seen her in over a decade. She'd spoken to her, but that was it. Now Billie Jean sat in front of her during the spring, early summer of 2000, surprising Vonlee with the visit, making a proposition Vonlee had a hard time turning her back on. As Vonlee approached the table, shocked to see her aunt there all the way from Troy, Vonlee noticed she was laughing. "A waitress?" her aunt said in a mocking tone, talking down to Vonlee. "You're a waitress in this dive? I cannot believe you took to waiting on tables, Vonlee." Vonlee wanted to curl up in a ball right there. She felt belittled and a total failure. "Sit down," Billie Jean said. It sounded as though she had an offer to make. "What are you doing here?" Vonlee asked. She was looking back toward the kitchen and register. She didn't want her boss to see her sitting in a booth with a customer. "Look, honey, you don't have any drinking problem. What are you running from?" Vonlee and Billie Jean, living somewhat close to each other in the upper Midwest, had communicated, and Billie Jean knew about Vonlee's journey into recovery. In some ways, there was a bit of envy on her part. She valued Vonlee's no-holds-bar attitude, not giving two shakes about what people said or thought about her. The older woman wanted to be her own person, same as Vonlee. She knew the more she hung around Vonlee, the more of a free spirit she would become. As for Vonlee, she certainly had the pizzazz, flair, and fortitude, along with the cliched, sassy Southern charm of a luxurious, expensive call girl. She looked the part with her long, muscular, yet feminine legs, bleached blonde hair down to her shoulders, and curvaceous feminine figure. And if you asked Vonlee, she had no trouble taking on clients when her girls couldn't handle the influx of calls or the specialized requests from such a high-powered clientele. But that was another time, another life. She was back home now in Tennessee and pretty content living a simple life. During those preceding months leading up to the early morning Don Rogers was found dead inside the kitchen of his home, however, Vonlee was determined to spend her free time seeing old friends and spending time with her rather large family. Chicago and the escort business were rather old and worn, and Billie Jean, who claimed she was back to visit family, insisted that Vonlee come back to Michigan at once with her and live inside the home she shared with Don. The aunt told Vonlee that a restaurant waiting tables was not the place she wanted to see her niece. It was degrading. Vonlee considered the question. "Should I go back? It isn't Chicago. It's Troy, Michigan. What kind of trouble is in Troy?" "You don't have no drinking problem, Vonlee," Billie Jean said. She was leaning over the table, almost whispering. "You just need to buy bigger bottles and drink it slow all day long." The aunt laughed. Vonlee considered the idea. "Maybe I don't." "Let's you and me get out of here," Billie Jean said. "I got money." "Where?" "Harrah's," she suggested. July 4th weekend was a day away. "In North Carolina?" Vonlee asked. "Yes." Vonlee took off her apron, tossed it into the kitchen, and headed out the door. She would pack something while Billie Jean waited in the car, and, like Thelma and Louise, she and Billie Jean would head out to Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort in Cherokee, North Carolina, to party it up for the weekend. Any sobriety Vonlee had earned, she had just given away. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision.